Stephanie Trombley here from Kirkland Police Department and Behind the Badge Foundation Law Enforcement Family Network. This will be our flashlight series with Major Michelle Bennett from King County Sheriff's Department. She's going to talk to us about how we can keep our kiddos safe with all of these devices that they have nowadays. Stay tuned.
Some of the first things I would talk about are watching what your kid is doing online. I know when my son was young, he had an iPad, and I thought it was probably safe for him to just be watching cartoons until I started seeing some of the pop-ups that were coming up. And then the neighbor across the street came over and said, "Your son was over here with his iPad." He was 7 at the time. And he was looking up naked butts. And they were all laughing. Okay, so that was a good lesson to me to have parental controls on the iPad and to monitor what he was writing. So as he's gotten older, he's 16 now, he has a cell phone, and I told him, I'm paying for the cell phone. Because I'm paying for the cell phone, it's my cell phone that I'm letting you use. And any messages or internet history or anything you do on the cell phone, I look at. And so we have that agreement that he knows that I can monitor his messages. You know, he tried the, but that's my private. Okay, yeah, it's your private when you're paying for it. So that's one way we've been able to have some good conversations and mitigate, danger that he could have encountered or things he was looking up, because he knows that that's something that I can look at and read. So for parents that allow their children to have a computer in their room, I strongly advise against that. You don't know what they're looking at and at what hour and what kind of conversations they're having. So our computer in our house is in a common area in the kitchen family room area, so that when we walk by I can see whatever's online. So those are some good tips that I would use with children to make sure that it's very open. The children know that whatever they're doing you can view. Something else that I would recommend is, with kids, when you tell them, it's like going in the biggest library in the world. Okay, you're going to go through these double doors, and as you enter, whatever you do, don't go to the left, because those are things I don't want you to see, but you can read anything on the right. And then you open the doors for them and say, okay, see you in a couple hours. Where's the kid going to go, right? That's just natural. They want to see things maybe that they shouldn't, and that's where you as a parent have to control and keep them safe from what they might see. So I'll often tell parents that the internet is sort of like a pencil, writing your homework out, doing good things with that pencil. But the pencil can also be used to stab somebody. It's really sharp. So the internet is a tool, and it has to be used safely as a tool. So the other day, my daughter, who's 7, is playing online, and all of a sudden she's live with someone who's sending her messages. That stopped very quickly, because somebody that says they're a 7-year-old girl is really a 4-year-old guy, right? And there are people that all day long, what they're doing is grooming, trying to find a child to groom on the internet. That is proven, that's factual. So it's our job, even though we might say, I don't understand technology, well then we should let our kids have that, because they're very savvy. My 3-year-old is better on my phone than I am, and it starts really young. And so teaching them that responsibility early is important as well. So not just the safety part of never give out your name or your address or your phone number, never agree to meet somebody, all of the things that we've heard over and over again, which I continually am telling my children. The second thing kids are doing online is they're bullying each other. And online it's easy because it's anonymous, or it doesn't count. You can't see the person, you can't see their reactions when you say something or act a certain way or write something or post a picture. It's anonymous and it's cowardly, but it's also a great equalizer, because it's not the great bully on the playground that's twice as big as all the other kids that's pounding children. You could be the smallest person in your class, but you're really savvy with the things you're doing online, hurting someone else. So another part of a parental responsibility piece is making sure that your children understand internet etiquette, which is being kind, never posting something you wouldn't want someone else to see about you, being really careful that anything you post you would feel okay with your parents seeing or your grandparents seeing, and really understanding the negative effects of saying mean things, because internet bullying is 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anybody can see it. Additionally, anything someone posts, there are internet websites that capture as a snapshot every single thing posted online at any given time. So when you post it, this Wayback Machine archives everything, so you can't really take it back. And people lose their jobs or not get into high school or certain colleges or jobs because of what they've put online. So telling your kids early on, if it were me, this would be my PR machine. Here's me at an animal shelter. Here's me with Boy Scouts. Doing something online to make sure your reputation is solid. That's what you should be using your social media accounts. Most employers and college admission agents check your social profile online. And kids need to understand that. They need to be really aware of what might be seen later and really understand the implications of that before they ever get online and post something. So those are sort of the main things I would say is teaching that education piece as a parent, making sure that you take ownership for what your kids are doing because you're giving them that device, making sure they're not hurting other people. And finally, the last piece I would say with that is with girls especially, they use friendships sometimes as a weapon when they're bullying each other. So you tell your best friend a secret and then she spreads it online. And it's sad, but it's something to be really aware of, to not share your passwords with other people, change them frequently, and just be aware that your best friend today might not be, unfortunately, your best friend tomorrow, or the boy that you're really interested in that asks you to just send him that one picture, the next day is not your boyfriend, and suddenly everyone in the world can see what you sent.
Tracy here. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more videos on the Behind the Badge Foundation Law Enforcement Family Network Flashlight Series. You can also learn more about Behind the Badge Foundation on our website, Facebook, and Instagram pages at behindthebadgefoundation.org. Thank you for joining us and finding our together.